Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here. Happy 2017. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome new year. And in today's GTA 5 video, I'm doing another Q&A video where I take your questions from Twitter and I answer them all in this video. Now, today's Q&A was geared towards things we could see in 2017 and the future of Grand Theft Auto Online, kind of because it's New Year, so I wanted to focus on that. We've got a lot of great questions today, so let's jump straight into those and let's get it started. All right, our first question today comes from Mad Boys, who tweeted me, do you think Rockstar will one day increase the amount of cash we get from Shark Card? $99 for 8 million isn't worth it. And Mad Boys, I totally agree with you. I think that the prices of Shark Cards are way overpriced, especially for what you get. I mean, $100 in game can barely get you a yacht, much less some of the other things we have in game. And to an extent, Rockstar does try to do that. They do Shark Card sales. In fact, one of them is going on right now. So if you're going to get a Shark Card, take advantage of the sales. I also try to do a bunch of Shark Card giveaways on my Twitter account. Every time a brand new vehicle or content is added into the game, I do giveaways. So check out my Twitter in the description. And also, you guys know that I've been working with the company App Bounty. That's actually a great way in which you can make money as well. So I'll leave a link to that in the description, as well as my discount code too. It's Mr. Boss. App Bounty is essentially an app where you download games and other apps, you play them, and you earn credits. You can then turn those credits into things like Amazon gift cards, Xbox gift cards, PSN cards, and you can then swap those for Shark Cards, which is really cool because I know during the holiday times, it's kind of tough to get on GTA all the time. So whether you're just trying to kill some time or you can multitask, download some apps, earn some credits, and you can turn those straight into Shark Cards or whatever you want. But that's a great way how you can kind of bypass the retail price of Shark Cards, which I agree with you, Mad Boys. They are way too expensive, but I don't think they'll ever be decreasing the price because it's Rockstar. You know, it's working for them. So unfortunately, I don't ever see a time where they're actually going to make it any less expensive. But anyways, let's move on to some other questions. This one from Naheem, who tweeted me, do you think in a future update, Rockstar will go back and fix all the liveries and bugs with the Comet Retro Custom? I think they will, Naheem. Obviously, there's nothing they can do about it now in this update. They would need like an official patch in order to get that fixed. But you guys know how in this update, there was a ton of bikers content that was fixed. I think that whatever the next update Rockstar does, we're going to see a lot of import and export fixes made. I mean, there's only so much they can do after the DLC is released. So yeah, I do think they'll go back and fix all the little bugs and issues, especially because I think that vehicle was rushed so much. All right, let's move on. We have another question from Oscar, who tweets at me, do you think these special vehicles could lead to full Pegasus customization in the future? Now, that's a great question, Oscar, and I got really excited when we can customize these special vehicles, but obviously there was only a limited number of the special vehicles we could customize, like the Aqua Blazer, Aqua Technical, I think it's the Rocket Voltic and the Ruiner 2000 were the only other ones. Obviously, we couldn't customize the Boxville, nor could we customize the Phantom Wedge. So in that regard, it is a little bit disappointing, especially because it was so limited, but at least at a minimum, we did get to see special vehicles start to be able to get customized, which I think is pretty cool. And yes, one day down the road, I think it does make sense. Number one, not only could Rockstar capitalize on this because they could charge money for Pegasus upgrades, but number two, it just makes sense because the technology, the software, the features, whatever it is already in the game to upgrade Pegasus vehicles. With single player mods on PC, you can do it so easily. So I don't know why they simply can't do it here, but nonetheless, I still think Pegasus customization would be super cool to have in the future. Moving on, we got another question from Charlie, who tweets at me, what happened to the $27 million item found in the GTA 5 files? This is a very interesting question. So a while ago, maybe about 8 months or so ago, there was a $27 million item found in the in-game files. I made a video on it, and a lot of people were wondering what this was. Was it like a super yacht? Was it a mansion? Was it like, a ticket to North Yankton? No one really knew what it was. And then a couple months later, it actually came out that it was like all of the prices of the yachts combined, which is obviously something we can't obtain in-game. We can only have one super yacht. So that's why it was kind of weird. However, it is kind of strange that even though there isn't a $27 million item in the game, If we take all the items from import and export, it's over $35 million so far. So like I said, even if there isn't one item, the fact that DLCs are still costing over $30 million means that, yeah, even though there wasn't one item in the game, there's still a lot of items in the game that will lead you to an over $27 million mark. And with import and export, even getting up into 30 millions, which is pretty crazy. Speaking of import and export, we got a question from Sean Hall, who tweets me, do you think there will be a part 2 to the import-export DLC? So, Sean, that's a good question. I don't think it is necessarily going to be called import-export part 2. I think that it's just going to be a continuation of the CEO, finance and felony, executives and other criminal system that we've been seeing. So I don't know what Rockstar is going to call it. I'm sure it'll be some executive and other thing name, but I'm really not too sure. But yeah, I think they are going to build off this system. It's in place. It works for them. And I think Rockstar knows that they can keep generating really cool DLCs using this system, and that will be pretty effective for them. But at the same rate, pretty cool for us because a lot of the content they've been making lately has been amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what's going to be happening in 2017. Now, speaking of 2017, we have a question from Michaela who tweets at me, do you know how many total DLCs there will be in 2017? So this is a very interesting question because in 2016, we received 10 total updates all the way from the January DLC to this year's Christmas DLC. 10 total DLCs, which is actually a lot. It's not exactly one per month, but it's pretty close. Now, if I had to take a guess, I would say that amount would be pretty close to the same in 2017. The only thing that could slow that down is the release of Red Dead Redemption, or Red Dead Redemption 2, I should say, because I don't know how Rockstar is going to go about doing that. We haven't seen any news on Red Dead Redemption 2 outside of the original teaser that they did with the trailer and the stuff on Twitter. So I don't know if that will slow down Grand Theft Auto Online updates. I would imagine it would, where Rockstar would shift their focus to Red Dead 2. So my guess would be a healthy 6 to 8 DLCs, but who knows? Rockstar might continue Grand Theft Auto Online updates like nothing even happened when Red Dead 2 comes out. We're just going to have to wait and see, but I would imagine if anything, it might be slowed down just a little bit. Up next, we have a question from Parker10 who tweets me, do you believe we'll be receiving a DLC sometime in January? So Parker, at this rate, it seems unlikely just because we still have a bunch of remaining vehicles from import and export to be added into the game. I know that there was a surprise update this January in 2016, but I don't think that's going to be the same for 2017. We've obviously got those vehicles that still have yet to be added, and I think that would be kind of rushing it to start another DLC in Grand Theft Auto Online, at least for it to start in January. That might be a little bit too soon. We've got another question that kind of ties right into that from Dinu, who tweets at me, when do you think they will release the unreleased vehicles? So what Dinu is talking about is the FCR 1000, the FCR 1000 Custom, the Spectre Custom, the Itali GTB, and the Itali GTB Custom. Now, while that sounds like 6 vehicles, it's 3 cars, or 3 vehicles, I should say, all of them with a custom variant. And I'm really not too sure. My best guess is that we're going to be getting one on Tuesday, which is when the tunables are set to update. Then who knows? It could be anyone's game. I'm going to say every time the tunables is set to update, that's when we're going to be getting a new vehicle. So it might be the next 3 remaining Tuesdays. We've obviously got one in just a couple days on the 3rd. Then you've obviously got the 10th and then the one after that. So like I said, these vehicles could be releasing super late into January. I just thought it was interesting though. Rockstar released the Comet and the Nero really back to back, and then we've had a much longer gap between the other vehicles. So I'm not sure when we're going to be getting those, but likely soon and most definitely in the month of January. Up next, we have a question from Quinn who tweets me, do you think Rockstar will start to decrease prices in the upcoming DLC? So Quinn, I don't think so. Obviously, Rockstar is a business. At the end of the day, they're all about making money. And even though the content wasn't crazy expensive in import and export, there was just a lot that you had to get if you wanted to fully enjoy it, thus making the price, as I mentioned earlier, like well over $33 million if you wanted to buy everything. So do I think they will start to decrease the price? No. Will some DLCs be more expensive? Yes. Will some be less, kind of like bikers? Yeah, I think so. It's all going to depend on the content you want and sort of the route Rockstar takes, especially with the kind of business stuff, CEO importing and exporting. I think it's going to be more expensive, but if they go another route, it might decrease. But I definitely don't see it being a huge drastic drop like we saw in 2014 and early parts of 2015. Moving on, we got a question from DatProDuck, who tweets at me, is 2017 the year we will stop getting DLCs? So this is definitely possible. Again, this is all going to come back to the release of Red Dead Redemption 2. We don't know how Rockstar is going to approach this new game. This is something we've never had to experience before. A new game with Grand Theft Auto Online out. So if Rockstar is able to focus their attention on only Red Dead Redemption 2, then yeah, we might see the end of new DLCs. What my prediction is going to happen is we're going to see updates that they already have in the game, like the Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day, Independence Day. They'll activate those, but we might not get any more new DLCs. However, if they do have the capacity to do both, then yeah, I could see us getting updates at just a smaller pace, so it might not come to a full halt like you are predicting. Moving on, we have a question from Josh, who tweets at me, what topic would you like to see explored via DLCs in 2017? Story mode, map content, etc. Honestly, I would love to see either of those. If I had to choose one or the other, I would love a map expansion for Grand Theft Auto Online. How cool would it be to be able to go to Las Venturas or San Francisco, or that would be San Fierro, or even somewhere like North Yankton, Vice City, Liberty City. I mean, that's getting super ambitious, but at this point, Grand Theft Auto 5 is 3 going on 4 years old. I'm not really too sure I'm interested in the story mode anymore. I'd really love to see an expansion to the Grand Theft Auto Online map, though. That would be so cool. Don't know how Rockstar would pull that off, but that would be incredibly awesome. And finally, last but not least today, we've got a question that isn't GTA related, but I get asked it so much, figured I would include it in this video, and that is from Sean Yates, who says, where is the Squadcast, in all caps? So I'm not even sure how many of you guys know what the Squadcast is. It was a podcast that we used to do weekly here on my channel, my friend Garrett and Austin's channel. So I don't know. Do you guys want to see something like the Squadcast return? I get questions about it every week. The only problem is we're all so busy now. Garrett's super busy. I'm busy. I know Austin's busy. So it's really hard for us to coordinate and get like an hour to 2 hours together for a week to record a podcast. But who knows? We might do like one last episode just to kind of like get the throwback going. Who knows? Maybe if you guys drop a like on the video, let me know you really want to see it. We might bring it back for an episode or two. But really, that's all the questions that I'm going to be answering in this week's Q&A video. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating on the video. That would be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. As always, if you want to be featured in the video, all you got to do is go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and use the hashtag AskBoss whenever I'm looking for Q&A questions, and you might find yourself featured in the next video. But of course, with out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.